You can lift for years and still never get that V shape women notice instantly. Why? Because the muscles that actually create it aren't the ones most guys train. Today, we're revealing the 5 moves that flip that switch fast. But here's the catch. If you train these muscles in the wrong order or skip even one of them, your progress stalls instantly. That's why most guys don't even realize they're sabotaging their own physique. Exercise number 1. Dumbbell lateral raises. If you want that wide, powerful V shape, you don't start with the back. You don't start with the chest. You start with the one muscle that changes your entire upper body outline the fastest, the side delts. These are the muscles that make your shoulders look capped, round, and broad from every angle. They're the reason some guys look athletic just walking into a room, while others look narrow and flat, even if they train every day. When your side delts grow, your whole upper frame expands. Your waist looks tighter, your arms look bigger, your entire silhouette shifts instantly. And the movement that hits them, better than anything else, dumbbell lateral raises. But here's the thing most people don't know. Lateral raises look simple, but almost everyone does them wrong. And if your form is even slightly off, the wrong muscles take over, and your side delts get almost nothing. That's why so many guys say, my shoulders won't grow, when really they're just performing this one exercise incorrectly. Here's how to do it right. Stand tall, keep your chest up, and relax your traps. Before you even lift the weight, lock a slight bend in your elbows. Not too straight, not too bent. Think of your arms like a fixed lever. If that bend changes mid-rep, you're shifting tension away from the side delts. As you raise the dumbbells, move your arms out to your sides, not forward. You want a clean arc, almost like trying to stretch your wingspan as far as possible. Stop exactly at shoulder height. That's the sweet spot. The moment you go higher, your traps take control, and the muscle we're trying to grow goes silent. Now here's the small trick most people never learn. Tilt your wrists slightly forward at the top, like you're pouring water out of a bottle. That tiny rotation forces the side delts to fire harder, instantly making each rep more effective. It's one of those subtle details that separates average results from dramatic ones. But the biggest mistake? Using momentum. If your hips swing, your torso leans, or you launch the weights up, all you're doing is making the movement easier and killing your gains. Momentum robs the side delts of tension, and tension is what builds shape. Use a weight you can control through the whole motion. Feel the burn on every rep. When your shoulders start heating up and resisting the lift, that's the signal you're finally working the right muscle. Do this consistently and something crazy happens. Your upper body starts looking wider in just a few weeks. Your shirts fit differently, your arms look more separated, and even your back appears broader because the visual frame around it has expanded. That's why this exercise comes first. It sets the foundation for your entire V shape. But widening the frame is only step 1. To make it look stronger, rounder, and more complete, the next exercise is non-negotiable. Exercise number 2. Dumbbell shoulder press. Now that the side delts have opened up your width, it's time to add the size and strength that make your upper body look powerful instead of just wide. This is where most guys fall behind. They build the sides of their shoulders, but never add the depth that makes the entire frame look solid and athletic. And that starts with the one movement that sets the foundation for real shoulder size, the dumbbell shoulder press. Most people treat this like a basic gym lift, but when you perform it properly, it becomes one of the strongest builders of that big, round shoulder shape. Unlike a barbell, dumbbells let your wrists and elbows move naturally, which keeps your joints safe and allows for a deeper, more controlled press. And more control equals more muscle growth. Here's how to turn this lift into a growth trigger. Sit upright with your core braced and your shoulders pulled slightly back. Bring the dumbbells up to shoulder height with your elbows just a bit in front of your torso, not flared out too wide. This position keeps your shoulders stable and makes the delts work harder. When you press, imagine driving the weight straight upward, not backward. Your arms should move in a clean vertical line, like you're trying to punch the ceiling above you. At the top, stop just shy of locking your elbows so the shoulders stay under constant tension. Then lower the dumbbells slowly, 2 seconds down, full control. That lowering phase is where most of the growth happens, but it's also the part 90% of lifters rush through. And here's the mistake that ruins everything: arching your lower back. The moment your spine starts bending, your core switches off and you start pressing with momentum instead of muscle. Keep your rib cage down, your abs tight, and let the shoulders do every inch of the work. That's how you build the size that actually shows. Do this right and your shoulders don't just grow, they start shaping the entire top of your V frame. You look thicker, broader, and more athletic from every angle, but the shoulder press only builds the front and middle of the delts. If you stop here, you'll look strong from the front and completely flat from behind. That's why the next movement is just as important and almost always forgotten. I'm talking about the rear delt fly, the exercise that gives your shoulders that round 3D look that separates a good upper body from a great one. The rear delts are the secret to a balanced, powerful silhouette. When they're developed, your shoulders look fuller, your posture improves, and your upper back instantly looks wider. When they're weak, your shoulders roll forward, your upper body looks slouched, and your V shape loses its edge. To hit the rear delts perfectly, whether you're using cables or dumbbells, start by setting a slight bend in your elbows and freezing it there. That fixed angle keeps tension exactly where it's supposed to go. Now, instead of pulling backward like a row, pull your arms outward in a smooth arc. Think about opening your wings. This outward motion activates the rear delts directly and stops your traps from taking over the movement. Lead the motion with your elbows, not your hands. If you pull with your hands, you'll engage your biceps and lats instead of the rear delts. At the peak, pause briefly and squeeze. That half second makes a massive difference in definition. Then let the weight return slowly with control. The biggest mistake here? Going too heavy. Rear delts are small muscles. When you grab a weight that's too big, your traps instantly steal the job. Drop the ego, lighten the dumbbells, and feel the muscle doing the work. When you pair the shoulder press with rear delt flies, your shoulders start to transform from every angle. Wider from the sides, thicker from the front, fuller from the back. Your entire upper body starts looking built, not just lifted. Exercise number 4, pull-ups. Your shoulders build the frame, but your back is what creates the V shape itself. This is the muscle group that makes your upper body flare outward, that gives you that wide to tight taper, and that instantly makes your waist look smaller without losing a single pound. And the crazy part? Most guys completely underestimate how important this is. They focus on rows, machines, and random pull-downs, but they skip the one movement that actually trains the exact muscle that creates the V. I'm talking about pull-ups, the ultimate test and builder of real back width. Pull-ups aren't just a bodyweight exercise. They're one of the most powerful upper body movements in existence. When you do them correctly, they target the latissimus dorsi, your lats, the massive wing-shaped muscles that spread out on both sides of your back. When these grow, your entire silhouette changes. Shoulders look broader, waist looks tighter, and your upper body gets that unmistakable V outline. Here's why pull-ups work so well. They force your body to pull through a long range of motion using multiple muscle groups at once. But the key is that the lats become the primary driver, if you perform the movement with the right technique. Here's how to do it properly. Grab the bar with your hands slightly wider than shoulder width, palms facing away. If your grip is too narrow, you shift tension into the biceps. Too wide and you lose strength. That sweet spot slightly outside shoulder width is perfect for lat activation. Start from a dead hang, arms fully extended. Before you pull, engage your shoulders by pulling them down slightly, almost like you're trying to put them in your back pockets. This tiny move activates your lats before the rep even starts, setting you up for real back growth instead of turning the exercise into an arm workout. As you pull up, think about driving your elbows down toward your ribs, not lifting your chin to the bar. This elbow-driven mindset forces your back to take over. Try to bring your upper chest close to the bar, not just barely get your chin above it. That extra inch of movement is where your lats fire the hardest. And when you go down, don't drop. Lower yourself slowly, 2 to 3 seconds. That controlled negative is one of the most powerful parts of the entire rep. It increases time under tension, lights up your lats, and builds real width. But here's the mistake that ruins nearly everyone's pull-ups: using momentum. When your legs swing forward, when you kick upward, when your whole body starts rocking, your arms and momentum take over, and your lats stop doing the work. You might get your chin above the bar, but you're not building the muscle that creates the shape you want. Keep your body stable, control every inch, make your back carry the load. Now, if you can't do a pull-up yet, don't panic. This doesn't mean you're locked out of building your V shape. You can use assisted pull-ups, resistance bands, or lat-focused cable variations to build the strength. The important part is that you're training the movement pattern, not skipping it. Because here's the truth. Rows build thickness, machines build control, but pull-ups build the flare, the exact look that makes your waist taper down visually. And once your back begins to widen from the top, everything else falls into place. Your clothes fit differently, your posture improves, and your entire upper body looks more athletic. You can build the widest shoulders and the strongest back, but without a tight waist, the V shape disappears instantly. The good news? Getting your waist leaner doesn't have to be complicated. It just comes down to a few simple changes done consistently. First, switch to smarter carbs. Things like oats, sweet potatoes, brown rice, the slow-digesting stuff that keeps your energy steady and helps your body burn fat instead of storing it. These carbs give you fuel for training without the crashes that make you overeat. Second, cut back on processed foods. Anything packed with chemicals, oils, or added sugars inflames your body and pushes fat straight to your waist. The less processed your food is, the faster your midsection tightens. Third, add a mix of cardio. Use quick HIIT sessions on some days to spike your metabolism and steady-paced cardio on other days to burn fat without draining your strength. None of this has to be extreme, just consistent. These small adjustments alone bring your waistline in fast, and once that taper shows, your entire upper body looks sharper instantly. And now that the waist is under control, there's one more piece that locks everything together: your core strength. Exercise number 5, plank. A smaller waist makes the V-shape visible, but a strong core makes it undeniable. Your core does more than just look good. It stabilizes every lift you do. When it's weak, your posture collapses, your back rounds, and your waist looks wider than it actually is. But when it's strong, your entire upper body looks tighter, firmer, and more athletic. And the best place to start? The plank. Simple but ridiculously effective when you do it properly. Instead of crunching your spine over and over, the plank forces every part of your core to work at once. The front abs, the obliques, the lower back, even the glutes. That full body tension is what tightens the midsection and builds that flat, strong look from every angle. To get the most out of it, set up with your elbows directly under your shoulders and your body in a straight line. No sagging hips, no high lower back. Brace your core like you're about to take a punch. Squeeze your glutes slightly and pull your belly button in. That tension is what protects your spine and makes the exercise work. Here's the mistake most people make. They focus on how long they can hold, not how well they can hold. A clean 30 seconds with perfect form beats 2 sloppy minutes every single time. Quality over time, always. Start with 3 sets of 20 to 30 seconds. As your strength improves, push toward 45 to 60 seconds with tight, clean form. And always keep the plank at the end of your workout, not the beginning. If you fry your core before big lifts like squats or deadlifts, you lose stability and increase your risk of injury. Get this right, and your waist doesn't just look smaller, it becomes stronger, leaner, and more defined. You can follow every exercise perfectly, you can eat clean, you can train consistently, and your V-shape can still disappear if you keep making the same mistakes most guys never notice. The first one, training in the wrong order. If you exhaust the wrong muscles first, like blasting your biceps before hitting your back, you weaken the exact muscles that should be driving your big lifts. That means less strength, less tension, and way less growth. The result? You train hard, but nothing changes. The second mistake is ego lifting. Every guy has seen this. People swinging weights, rocking their torso, or trying to press dumbbells their shoulders have no business touching. It feels heavy, but it builds nothing. Momentum steals tension, and when tension disappears, your gains go with it. The third mistake is ignoring posture. Slouched shoulders, weak upper back, tight chest. These things collapse your frame instantly. Even if you build wide shoulders, poor posture rounds them forward and destroys your taper. Your body ends up looking smaller, softer, and narrower than it actually is. Mistake number 4, skipping the basics. Too many people jump from machine to machine, chasing burn instead of progress. They avoid pull-ups, presses, and core work because it's harder. But the movements that feel challenging are usually the ones that create real shape and strength. And finally, the most common mistake, inconsistency disguised as effort. Working out hard one week and disappearing the next won't build anything. The guys with the best physiques aren't the ones who train perfectly. They're the ones who train regularly. A simple plan, done consistently, beats random effort every time. Fix these mistakes, lock in the 5 exercises, stay consistent, and your V-shape isn't just possible, it's guaranteed. Now remember, I'm not saying to throw out your entire workout plan. These aren't the only exercises you should ever do. But if the V-shape is what you're chasing, these are the moves you need to sprinkle into your routine consistently. They're the ones that actually change your frame, widen your upper body, and tighten your waist in a way you can see fast. But here's something most guys never realize. You can build wide shoulders, a strong back, and a tight waist, and your physique can still look incomplete if your forearms are lagging. If they're small, everything else loses impact. If they're thick and powerful, your whole upper body looks stronger instantly. So before you head out, check out the video on the screen that shows exactly how to grow your forearms fast with just 2 simple movements. Tap it, and I'll see you there. Let's keep leveling up.